What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy SneakerHeadInTheBay here, and before this video starts, I just wanted to say that my heart goes out to everyone that was affected by that whole ordeal that happened late 2021. I think that whole event took everybody by surprise, so again, I just wanted to say my heart goes out to everyone that was affected and everyone that knows someone that was affected by that event. Now in today's video, we're taking a look at the Nike Air Max 1s that were supposedly going to release on December 16th of 2021. After that whole ordeal, Nike decided to postpone the release, so we have no official release date, and we also don't know if these will ever release, so we have a special pair here today. I want to give a huge shout out to my homie Will, the creator, for hitting me up, because this is his personal pair that he picked up recently, and he hit me up for a video asking if I wanted to show you guys, and I was like, for sure, let's do it. So now we're here. Now the official colorway name is the Baroque Browns. I believe there were a couple other releases that were supposed to drop as well, which came in a variety of colors, but today we're only looking at the Baroque Brown / Lemon Drop Wheat colorway. The suggested retail price for this pair is $160, and if you're wondering on how the fit goes on an Air Max 1, I always recommend going true to size. Now taking a look at the box, obviously with the Travis Scott collaboration, we usually get a different design box. So this one has the Cactus Corporation logo on the top, as well as little hits on the side. Nothing too crazy though, it's your typical, cardboard box, but we're not here for the box. Let's go ahead and check out the shoes. Upon opening this pair, you're gonna see the same exact logo on the outside of the box, right on the paper. All right, everyone, so here are the shoes. We're gonna first start off with the outsoles as always. So right off the bat, you guys probably noticed that the traction is a little bit different on this pair. Since it's a collaboration pair, they went in and added a little bit more details than usual. So the heel features this Cactus Corporation logo right there, and they changed this piece up. It kind of reminds me of like a tire or something like that, like just this part, because obviously we have our waffle sole right here, but right underneath the waffle sole we do have this wood grain pattern that we've seen on a couple previous Travis releases. Moving up to the midsole of the sneaker, you have this very interesting two-tone look. On the top we have this brown color that contrasts very well with this cream at the bottom right here. Now with this specific pair, we're not able to see through the air unit, and it kind of gives me like that vintage fogged up air unit vibe, right? You know when you pulled out your Bread 4s from 1999 or your white cement 4s and they were all fogged up and you're like, man, I don't even know if I could wear these. That is the vibe that this shoe is giving me right here. It's also giving me a restoration vibe a little bit, because when I used to paint shoes, I would never mask this up and I would scrape off the paint with a toothpick when I was all done, and it's really bothering me, man. I really want to scrape these, but this is not my pair. I'm not sure how well this is gonna wear over time, being that it looks like they use paint on it and that air unit flexes, I'm telling you. So I don't know if that's gonna crack up or how that's gonna look, but I guess we'll stay posted with my boy, and I'll probably post it up on an Instagram story or something. So make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at SneakerHeadInTheBay. Now for this shoe specifically, I noticed that there were a variety of details that I wanted to note for you guys, and one of them being this interesting looking swoosh right here. So obviously, with all Travis releases, we get a backwards looking swoosh, but for this one, we got an extra detail, which was some sort of like textured looping that was added to the swoosh. I don't know why they did that. It kind of feels a little bit weird. It almost feels like when you bedazzle something, or when something has a bunch of like little jewels on it. That's how that feels. I probably could have went without that, but hey, I'm not designing for Nike. I'm just giving you guys my opinion. Other than that though, the whole upper of the shoe has this like camping, hiking boot feel to it that goes down to the colors used. So you got that dark brown nubuck wrapping around the entire front of the shoe. And we also have a wheat nubuck on this portion of the sneaker. And we also have a hit of wheat on this mid panel as well. On top of that, we have this cream mesh that kind of breaks up the brown colors, because there's a lot of stuff going on here, man. There's like red, you got a lot of browns. I think this neutral cream colored mesh right here really helps break up the other crazy colors that are going on. And whenever it comes to shoes, mesh is one of my favorite materials to have on a shoe, because it's super breathable and you don't really have to worry about it messing up. Now this shoe comes with these crazy hiking laces. I feel like there's a 90% chance that your Camp Scout had similar laces to these. Comment down below if I'm right. The tongue also has the C and the J right there for Cactus Jack. It's just a little logo. I think that was pretty nice, instead of doing like the normal nylon piece. And then on the back of the shoe, we have two little flags. We got one red flag that says Cactus Jack on the right of the shoe, and on the left we have the Nike flag. These nylon strips don't add anything to the shoe. It's just more of like an aesthetic look. I'm pretty sure these aren't even connected together. Like this is completely separate from this right here. So this doesn't really serve any purpose, but again, they're just going for that like outdoor camping vibe, which is a bit confusing to me because this shoe right here is more of like a lifestyle shoe. You know, you're on the move, and now it's getting blended with like a camping outdoor vibe. Is this a cop or drop for you? Personally, man, I think I'm just gonna go with the drop. I never get bangers like this for retail, and there's no way in hell that I'm paying any resale for this. I think some of the pairs are even hitting for $2,000, but the majority of them are around like $1,000 or $1,500, which is insane. It's like way too much for these. But I feel like if Nike releases these and they decide to drop them a little bit later on in the year, obviously that price is gonna go down, down, down. So if you guys really, really want these, I would just wait it out a little bit. I don't think this shoe is worth $1,000 or anything close to that. But then again, I've been really cautious with how I'm spending my money. And to be 100% transparent, I don't buy shoes like this anymore. Like, I buy shoes that I know I'm gonna wear the hell out of, or I really, really, really love them. And this doesn't make the cut for me. But hey, it might make the cut for you. Let me know in the comment section down below. And again, I wanna give a huge shout out to my homie Will for letting me borrow these. Super cool of him, man. He always shoots me a text when he gets something early, so that's my guy right there. Anyways, I'm gonna close this video out right here. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me at SneakerHeadInTheBay. If you guys are looking for any cream laces, any shoe cleaner, or custom goods, definitely make sure to check out my website, shopsoltopia.com, and I'll catch you guys very soon for the next video. It's your boy SneakerHeadInTheBay. I'm out. Peace.